Hello dear friends, Assalamu alaikum. Time to go beyond our physical body and explore what's going on inside. Explore the unknown inner world. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين. We have created the human in the best physical body, physical features, as well as best inner, moral, spiritual features and characteristics. But the human descends to the lowest of low in terms of lifestyle, behavior, communication, and dealings. So we see this fluctuation in ourselves. One time we find ourselves a very tolerant person vis-a-vis people's misbehaviors. Another time we are very intolerant to the smallest misbehavior of even our loved ones. One time we are happy, another time for no reason we feel unhappy, and our unhappiness even appear in our face. One time we are very angry person, another time we are very pleasant person. So we see this fluctuation in ourselves, and we know that there must be something, some forces within ourselves that control our outside, control our mood, control even the physical power in our hands, in our legs to move, in our way to communicate, and so on. Same fluctuation in terms of mood, energy, and power is apparent in all human beings at lower level and higher levels. So these observations, along with the verse I recited, and along with all the verses of the Holy Quran, and the verses of other holy books, and the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and other prophets, establish one truth. And that is that this box of the human being must have contained not one force, must not be driven by one force, but must be driven by two forces. And these two forces must be contradicting each other. And these forces are the force of soul or ruh, and the force of the ego, or call it nafs, because they have opposite origins, one from the sacred world, upper world, or God's presence, and the other one from the inferior, earthly, lowly world. Therefore they contradict each other within our bodies, and their struggling and fighting is apparent in our physical movements and actions and words, in plannings and projects. So we established that within this body we must have two metaphysical key components that make us who we are, and they are called the soul and the ego. Moreover, there are two living creatures, there are two operators that operate these two forces. One creature, having come from the heavenly world and having the same origin as our soul, cooperates with our soul, and that creature is called the angel. So the angel inspires our soul. So the more he inspires our soul, and the more we receive those inspirations, the stronger our soul gets. The stronger we make our souls by receiving those inspirations and implementing them, the more the soul will be a recipient for more inspirations. So stronger the soul, more inspirations. More inspirations, and implementing them make the soul stronger. So they work hand in hand. Similarly, because the ego or nafs has come from the inferior world or malicious world, and the other creature, the most evil one, the most corrupt one, the merciless one, called Satan or Shaitan, also resides in ourselves. So that one whispers or tempts our ego, or I could say tempts us through our ego. So the stronger we make our own ego, the more we will be receiving despairing, disappointing, and violent, motivating temptations of this creature, Satan. And for these two infinitely potent forces of soul and ego, there must be a center in our body to operate, and that is our heart. So the heart is the center for the operations and activities of soul and ego, and these two creatures that call angel and Satan. Angel and Satan, these two creatures also operate in the heart, although they are absolutely opposite each other and have no reconciliation with each other, yet they reside in the same heart of the human by the command of God, by the perfect design of God Almighty, the omniscient one, and they in this heart inspire the soul or whisper the ego and make us active. And also they make use of the brain's database or hard drive or memory. So the role of the brain in us as human being is that we receive information from the world through our five senses: eyes, ears, tongue, nose, touch, and feelings. But the important thing is that all of these informations, although they are real time, but they get stored in our brain. In terms of files, folders, videos, audio recordings, and so on, to make it an analogy with the modern technology. And depending on the strength of the soul or ego, one of these two agents, angel or Satan, will make use of these files and folders and videos via the CPU or computer of the heart and make us or motivate us to do either benevolent, charitable, and good actions and activities, or malicious, destructive, and harmful activities. So they make us, for example, our legs to go to a good place for good purpose, to do something productive, or they make our legs to take our body to somewhere very embarrassing, somewhere harmful to the society and harmful to ourselves, and somewhere that will take us even farther from our beloved Creator. It's our own legs take us to that type of place by the one of these two forces of soul or ego, and the inspirations or temptations of these two agents from within our heart by making use of the memory of our brain. So I hope this general analysis give you some idea. We will elaborate on these analysis, God willing, weeks and weeks and months, and give you much deeper and deeper understanding. Thank you very much for your time. See you next time.